All right, man. So this is part three. Part three, where DJ Academics break down the lawsuit that was dismissed by a judge on Kendrick Lamar suing UMG over Kendrick over over Drake suing UMG over Kendrick Lamar, not like us.
All right. I do want to continue to read it. I know some people say, yo, that other woman already summed it up. I just want to read the last part of it, which is usually, this is the full like thing. Okay, actually, that woman did sum it up pretty good. So, second degree harassment, they're saying they can't recognize a cause of action to recover damages from this. This is more of a criminal thing, not a civil thing. Got that. Mixed opinion. Although pure opinion cannot constitute actionable defamation, which is very important. This is kind of going to bleed, even though it's two different districts. This is Southern District of New York. Milagro Cooper's case is in the, I believe, Southern District of Florida. You know, Meg Thee Stallion is suing people for defamation. And I'm wondering how much, you know, again, I don't know fully what Meg either did or whatever, but it looks like this might be a similar ruling, which I'm surprised that didn't get thrown out as well, because, yeah, people gave their opinions. If you listen to my deposition with Meg's people, we give our opinion. I give my opinion, and they don't like my opinion, right? So you hear a judge says pure opinion cannot constitute actionable defamation. Now, that's very important, because I do think that in this change in times, people are now trying to bully people's opinion and call it defamation, right? A mixed opinion, which is an opinion that implies that it is based upon facts which justify the opinion but are unknown to those reading or hearing it, that is actionable. Wow, okay, hold on. So a pure opinion is not actionable, but a mixed opinion is actionable. But the mixed opinion is defined as an opinion that implies that based upon facts which justify the opinion but are unknown to those readers actionable. Okay. The mixed opinion holds the implication that the speaker knows certain facts unknown to the audience, which supports his opinion and are detrimental to the person about whom he's speaking about. Whether statements constitute mixed opinions presents a legal question, which must be answered by considering the context of the entire communication and of the circumstances in which they were spoken or written. Whether the average listener would reasonably understand the opinion as implying the assertion of undisclosed facts, justifying the opinion. Okay. Just as the overall context of Not Like Us, it forecloses the argument that its lyrics can be read as factual assertions. The same context negates any implication that Kendrick Lamar's lyrics are based on undisclosed facts. So they're saying that what Kendrick is saying is what's called a pure opinion as opposed to a mixed opinion. So a mixed opinion would be like, yo, that nigga over there, he's an R word. Don't ask me how I know, but I know some shit. I seen the shit. He's an R word. Now, that would be a mixed opinion, as opposed to me saying, yo, that nigga's creepy, or that nigga look like a R word, or yo, he probably is an R word, right?
Right.
One's a pure opinion. One is acting like I have facts that everybody reading it don't know.
Right.
Okay, where an audience may anticipate the use of epithets. So now they're bringing back in the context. And when they mention the context, right, it's a holding to where statements are made in circumstances where an audience may anticipate the use of epithets, fire, rhetoric, and hyperbole. Inference could not reasonably be drawn that assertions were based on undisclosed facts. In the context of this rap diss battle, no reasonable person would listen to Not Like Us and assume that Kendrick Lamar uniquely had access to credible, provable facts that revealed Drake to be a PDF. I'm gonna be honest with you, I disagree with that. The way how Kendrick was talking, it felt like he was going to reveal many things. That he really had a kid. That Drake may have a crazy case that he's hiding into, which we've now find out, like, that's not the case at all, right? The plaintiff's argument to the lyrics that Not Like Us can be read to suggest Kendrick's reliance upon undisclosed facts being availing. The plaintiff first posits that the line, "Say Drake, I hear you like them young," indicates Lamar has heard from an outside source with evidence confirming that Drake is a PDF. As discussed infra, however, that ignores this line is reasonably understood to be a direct response to Drake's challenge in Lamar in Tailor-Made Freestyle. Okay, wow. So it's coming to pass that Drake's Tailor-Made Freestyle bit him in the ass. They're using it against him, at least as judges. They're saying, yo, you invited the nigga to say it about you. You guys are in a rap battle. He's not saying it like, yo, I got the info on these people. He's saying it as a pure opinion. What more do you want, right? He says, talk about Drake liking young girls. Heard it on the Button podcast. It got to be true. So this lyric clearly prods Kendrick Lamar to discuss pre-existing rumors about Drake's interest in minors. Lamar's responsive lyrics are thus akin to the accusation of pedophilia in Terrain that the Second Circuit concluded constituted pure opinion. There, the Second Circuit concluded that a reasonable person would understand based on the context that the defendant, this jockey, was using the term PDF in response to directly pertinent comments made by the plaintiff during the war words and not relying upon undisclosed facts.
Mm.
The plaintiff's next points to the lyrics. Rabbit hole so deep, I could go further, I promise. The plaintiff argues that a reasonable listener could view the lyric as suggesting that Kendrick has specific evidence to back up his assertion of pedophilia. It is also not all that clear that this is a natural reading of the lyric. Wow. By the way, look how much stuff they try to put to support it. Hard part 6. Only fucking with Whitney's, not Millie Bobby Brown's. I never looked twice at a teenager. So understand the relevancy, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Yeah, they're putting all the shit in the shit. God damn, chat. Give me 1 second. Yeah, just give me 1 second. Trying to pull this shit up. Okay, I can't pull it up. Anyway, what do I think this means for Drake's career? I believe Drake's situation with Republic / UMG is going to be fractured. I don't care. No matter, I think they put out a statement saying, hey, now we could go back to promoting his music or whatever the case is. Yeah, that sounds good. But I think what Drake kind of got himself into is that Universal is like, not only do we just give you the whipping in court, now we got to really humble your ass, because we can't have you in the position where you think you could just willy-nilly go ahead and file some type of civil suit that kind of fucks up our business. So I definitely do believe, 100% that UMG is going to be looking at how much money they had to spend here, and they're going to get that off the back of Drake. I'm sorry to tell you, rock with Drake and everything, but I think they're going to look at that to say, Drake, one way or another, we're going to get that money back from you, brother. Okay, one way or another.
Damn.
Relations with minors were false and defamatory. In some breaking news, Drake's defamation lawsuit against UMG over Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us has been dismissed. Let's read what Judge Vargas had to say. This case arises from perhaps the most infamous rap battle in the genre's history, the vitriolic war of words that erupted between superstar.
Okay, we read that already.
Of B6. The court accepts as a true, all well-pledged allegations and draws all reasonable inferences in favor of the non-moving party, and then they cite the next source. The court need not credit legal conclusions couched as factual allegations, however. Now, the judge went over this with due process and fairly, and I tried to tell people who wanted to listen to OVO docket all day, they are posting bias.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that they're posting biased information. I think everybody has a spin of this information. Again, I think Kendrick fans, I think they were wrong, and I think Drake fans were wrong, because they're looking at it from a Kendrick and a Drake perspective. This was always bigger than Kendrick and Drake. This was about, you need to set a precedent for music, right? By the way, I do think that there's parts of Drake's lawsuit that, could be refiled, right? I think Drake has I got to say this shit was dismissed with prejudice. Okay, here we go. His motion to dismiss is granted. It actually doesn't mention prejudice, so it looks like it could be refiled again. Yeah. So if you ask me, but I think Drake would have to expose himself. I think Drake does have maybe some argument about, hey, this company is working against me contractually. Now, I don't think he wants to open up that Pandora's box, because you're going to have to take the lid off all the UMG, whether it's secrets or whatever that they've even helped you with. And again, I don't know if he'll refile that, but I do think the defamation should have always included Kendrick. It should have included Kendrick, maybe, and UMG. But at this point, this looks so fractured. Even if he refiles, I think the momentum behind is definitely gone.
Information and never make a motion to dismiss.
Okay. Everybody posting Kendrick likes going out of style. All right. Now, I always said that, for the people who had thoughts and were hopeful that Drake's lawsuit was one for the artist and he was fighting against the man, a lot of people said that because they were like, why are you like defending UMG a little bit here? Which I wasn't, but, people felt like I was not as pro-Drake as I should be. I've always disliked this lawsuit from the perspective of, if Drake was trying to do this for artists, you need to rally the artists. Drake hasn't said a single word about this lawsuit himself. It's like it's just kind of going on in the background. Lawyers are doing what they're doing. They're milking all of these artists combined, just like charging through the ass for hours. And I think Drake failed to let people know what the plight was if he was trying to go on an artist measure. He's trying to go for, hey, I'm doing this for all artists. I think nobody knew what the fuck he was doing and probably thought that he was just a sore loser. So that became a big problem, if you ask me. Did he post anything to his thing? More Life, My Brother, OVO Nico. So Drake seemingly is ignoring this. Yeah. Let's do Drake. Is this the thing where everybody's reacting to it? Oh, no. Yeah, I don't know what becomes of this, man. Let's go to OVO docket and see what they're saying. They're appealing the ruling. Yeah. Anyway. All right, man. Okay. Jack. I felt like that was kind of like long and drawn out. Could y'all just on face value just ask me whatever questions y'all want me to just directly answer about this particular motion to dismiss? Again, I'm repeating myself, but I thought the case would have survived all the way to trial. I still didn't think Drake was going to win. I think there was many things that needed to be proven, and I don't think that he even came close to prove like some type of conspiracy that the Universal Music Group somehow cooked up to try to devalue him and then promote Kendrick's song, which became like the biggest diss song of all time. It's a little bit out the weeds. I gotta be honest. Let me go check on King Akademiks.
Okay. Why don't you get his overall opinion about this?
He looks more goofy than he did without the beard.
Facts.
I mean, I gotta imagine that Drake spent $1 million on this. Now he's a billionaire, but I do think that the loss optic-wise doesn't look good. It actually makes him look like an amateur. And again, that's my guy, but it does make him look like this is a motion to dismiss. I'm so surprised that this motion to dismiss was granted. Will Drake ever address this? I don't know if he will. I haven't asked him about it.
Nah, he won't. He won't.
Anyway, let me move on. We might jump back to it. Really quickly. Tim Westwood has been officially charged with several counts of.
All right. Is he done with this, or is he gonna go back to Drake?
Trust in us, and we continue to provide them with all.
At that time, and
he keeps his presumption of innocence and is supposed to really get out of custody. This is actually being a fucking chalupa. I realize.
Right. Is that it?
He got. Really loves Swiss Beats. I mean, I guess
that might be it.
Got my number, so I don't know if Bia trying to call into the stream, but we'll probably do it tomorrow.
All right, I guess that's it, man. So this is DJ Akademiks. Being shocked, but not shocked. He's shocked that it's dismissed, but he's really not shocked that Drake lost. And I think it'll be real stupid if he appeals. Like, man, just take this loss and go about your business, man. After a while, he already looks desperate, but man, just leave this alone, Drake. All right, take this L, learn from it, and go try to make a good album. Other than that, y'all leave a comment down below, man. DJ Akademiks giving his reaction to the Drake lawsuit being dismissed.